Hi, welcome back to the upstairs studio at WillSpace. I'm Lauren, I'm the head coach, and today we're gonna go over some movements for hip mobility. Particularly, we're gonna review the Cossack squat with internal hip rotation. This movement is fantastic for anyone who sits down all day, working at a desk, or just kind of sitting in general in your day-to-day life. That's one of the worst things for your hip mobility. It's gonna tighten them up like crazy. We're gonna show you how to open them up. So, in particular, when we think of hip mobility, we tend to think hip external rotation, right? Standing wide and moving out. However, this movement is particularly awesome because it addresses hip internal rotation. So making sure your hip is mobile and strong in all directions and not just one. The movement goes like this. So step one is you open the feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm in a nice size straddle. The simplest progression is to get your Cossack squat nice and low. Bring my hands forward, I bend down low to one side. I'm working towards getting that full hamstring to calf and standing back up, right? On the other side, you can see my foot comes up, I'm nice and low. I keep my chest up to come back up. So that's progression one. If that's doable, you can work on the sitting version. I come down, I'm gonna sit back, get my butt on the floor, lean my chest back, reach forward, come back up, and then the other side. Reach, butt to the floor, reach forward, and come back up. So now we'll get to the internal rotation. Once those are pretty easy, or at least pretty accessible, we start the same way. I come down, I sit back. Now I take my hip, I internally rotate, working on touching the knee to the floor without losing contact with the heel of this foot. I bring this knee back forward, come forward and stand. If that's too much and you can't get yourself forward, you can use the hands for support at first. I come down, I sit, I internally rotate. As I come up, one hand forward, one hand back, push yourself forward and stand. But you're working towards that full, down, sit, rotate, turn, come back up, and then the other side. Try a couple of these each day, work on your Cossack squat first, find your way to sitting forward. Once you get to the spot with internal rotation, you're gonna have strong and healthy hips.